Kia ora and welcome to tonight's local news brought to you by CITV and Wattle.
Cabinet Minister Wilke Rasmussen steps up his fight with government.
Now, the fight is going to start. I want him and his team and many others to have a close look in the outer islands. I don't want the outer islands to be neglected anymore.
At the centre of his attack are the Ministry of Finance and Economic Management and the crux of a report which saw a huge slash to Penrhyn's budget, the largest of all the outer islands. Just under $55,000 has been cut from Penrhyn's budget this year, a 13% variation on last year's. The other $14,000 has been reallocated to the Airport Authority. However, it's this report that has shaped a budget he doesn't like, but consequently still supported.
I've said to the Minister of Finance in the early part of this budget process that I don't support the budget. But we've carried it through, we've allowed it through because it's a responsible thing to do so that there will be appropriated money for the country to run.
The principal author of the 3-month report done in conjunction with Omaya responded, the cuts were made as an additional business plan for environment was presented in the outputs. This included clearing roads and beautification projects. After closer inspection, it was realised that these activities had already been catered for under infrastructure and agriculture. It would have been seen to be double dipping. The latest move does not align with the government's call to repopulate or sustain the outer islands.
What they don't see is that the efforts and ambitions of these people also generates revenue, generates income, but not in the same way that these guys are looking at it in a sort of A to B, B to C. That's not how it works out in the outer islands, and they've got to realise that, they've got to understand that.
The Minister insists that the Financial Secretary, Shola Nevaiti, continue payments as per usual, despite the appropriations in the budget.
I've instructed in my discussions with the Financial Secretary, I've said, you just keep on paying them the way that they have been paid over the last few years. If we run out of money, we run out of money. That's the matter for the AMFM to deal with. So we're going to be in defiance of what they have appropriated for us. If we don't get what we want, we're just going to carry on. If we run out of money, then we run out of money. Who cares? You know, let the government deal with it.
But will MFM do that though? I mean, if they've appropriated something else in this budget for Penrhyn, then that's...
Well, that's their call. Now, I'm calling on the government to do something about it and change it. Because if we don't change it, then the political implications will start to fall in. I've held on in the sense that this government, which is my government, is going to do something different. My patience is wearing thin, and I'm not happy.
An empty threat or fair warning. The Minister does promise a political backlash if his words are not heeded. With budget appropriations already passed through Parliament, it doesn't seem likely that this can happen. The FinSec is accountable to the Minister of Finance only, so the member has no real mandate to force the hand of the Secretary. This is Carly Himapo for tonight's CITC and Wattle Local News.
Passes and tackles galore as schools go head-to-head against each other in today's rugby event held on the open field of Avatu. Hosted by Nukutere College organisers, teamwork was called for from screaming coaches and sideline spectators and supporters who cheered on their nominated teams.
Nukutere School college is hosting this game, and this is rugby and netball for all primary school from grade 6 up to Form 2. The whole idea behind this is to encourage our young ones in the game of rugby and netball, as well as getting them to exercise their body.
One of the most valuable play on the ball today was Dwayne Tayo from Rutaki School. Tayo made 4 tries against Te Ukio School with winning score for Rutaki 4-1, leading his team into defeating Emanuela School and Paparo College with scores by far.
I think so far the favourites from Avaro School, and it's between rugby is between Avaro and Avatea. I think it will be the same with the netball. Avaro will be the favourite, and probably Avatea is the runner-up.
Moving on to netball, with the female adrenaline game between Nicole School and home team Nukutere College, there were some speedy passes from Nicole persuading Nukutere to put up some strong defence mechanisms with a shortfall on their final score.
Our game was good. We did a few good parts of our game and I think it was excellent. We did a great job.
What did your coach think about your team efforts?
She said that we did very well in our games, just a few bits and pieces we need to fix up. And yeah. No
room for mistakes from Nicole girls, as most valuable player Tiana Tangimetua agrees that weeks of training is the key.
Lots, about 6-7 weeks.
And after hours commitment a priority.
Doing a lunch break, after school session, training, nearly every day.
Nicole girls cool down under the shades of banana leaves as they anticipate their next team to play, and there's no rest for the wounded either for hometown host Nukutere College as they gear up for the next game in full focus, as it's still early days for a taste of victory. This is Jerome Shedden for the CITC and Wattle Local News.
Don't go away, we'll be right back after these commercials.